So, guys, let's talk today about this college in Canada. Okay, this college in Canada, which is going to be opening very soon. I remember some time ago I talked about this particular institution, and I said international students who are willing to apply to Canada or who intend to move to Canada. I am going to school. Who intend to move to Canada should check out this college and apply for a program. Now, to those who have been asking me how they can apply, how they can migrate to Canada and stuff like that as an international student, and remember, the reason why I'm talking about this is because it's actually cheap, or let me say it's actually affordable. Now, let's talk about the affordability. For you to study in Canada, you actually need a lot of money. Now, most people don't even know what they need to study in Canada, which I find very funny. Some people will be asking me, they will be like, Milton, how much is my proof of funds to study in Canada? And I just find it so funny. Trust me. Now, proof of funds to study in Canada is you have first year tuition fee, that's tuition fee for 1 year, plus living cost money. Living cost is $20,635 Canadian dollars, not US dollars, plus miscellaneous. This miscellaneous is extra money you can, like extra money that you have to, that should be present in your pocket in case you miss a flight and stuff like that. You get, or maybe you can pay for your two-way flight. That is miscellaneous. Now, that is proof of funds. Keep that aside. Let's come back to the school which is going to be opening and let's see, what's this? And accepting international students. Now, what is this school I'm talking about? Before I even tell you about the school, let me explain the procedure for you, the procedure you need to apply in case you want to apply. When is the school going to open for 2024-2025 intake? It's going to open towards the end of this month, which is September. Why am I making this video? I'm making this video so that you should be informed, you should be alert. The reason is because this school takes time to give offer letters. That's point number one. And equally, it's a cheap school, according to my radar, looking at colleges in Canada. And also, it is very competitive. Now, because it's somehow affordable, many international students usually rush this school, okay? And since it is very competitive, they will choose just few people and the remaining people will be put on wait list. So if you really want to enroll next year, September, I believe this intake that is going to open very soon is for September next year. You should now apply now, then you start preparing yourself, okay? Apply now and you start preparing yourself. Now, I have talked about the tuition fee. Let me repeat again. The tuition fee you have to pay to this institution is about 11,900 euros. It's not more than 12,000. Okay, that is the cheapest after MBCC, as I know. MBCC is approximately not more than 12,000, right? So that is what you should know. Now, this university, the name is called NSCC, Nova Scotia Community College. Okay, the requirements you need to apply for diploma programs at Nova Scotia Community College are: one, your WAEC. If you've attended high school before, you've been to high school, right? And maybe let's say you have WAEC, you have O levels, you have A levels as a Cameroonian, right? Okay, you can apply. Now, the reason you can apply is because most diploma programs, right? Most diploma programs, they will ask you just for basic high school qualifications. So you can use your high school certificates, like your O levels, your WASI, and apply to this particular institution. There is an application fee you have to pay of $100 Canadian dollars, and also After you've paid this application fee, you can apply to two different programs right here. You can apply to two different programs, and then when you are selected for admissions, like if you have been given the offer, you would only be given, like you can only get one choice, like you will only be accepted into one, and then the other program will be given to another person, right? So that's something you should put into consideration. It's so important. Now, we have talked about the acceptance. When will you get an offer, like an admission letter? It's going to take time, probably maybe 4 months for you to get an offer letter. Now, let me explain the procedure. When you apply online, you are not submitting any document. Okay, you are not submitting any document. Remember, this method I'm telling you, or this procedure I'm telling you, is something I've done. Okay, before I came to the Netherlands, I have an offer letter in this school, but I told them to freeze it. I paid application fee, okay, then they gave me the offer, but I told them to freeze it because I wasn't willing to take Canada. Why? Because of the too much complications and so many other things I cannot mention here. So please understand that I know the procedure. I didn't just get it for myself. I've done applications for people in this school and they got it. You get. Now, this school is in Nova Scotia, which is one of the Atlantic regions, and also one of the regions which is easy to get permanent residency. Remember, one of the issues now in Canada is that Canada is looking for people who actually study what they need. Healthcare, transport, agriculture, all these things. People who are doing courses or subjects related to these areas have a higher chance of getting employment in Canada and, of course, PR. But it doesn't withstand, or it doesn't cancel out the fact that if you doesn't do anything that relates to this, you cannot get something. No, that's not what we are saying. I'm just saying that if you study anything like this, the higher your options for you to get admissions. Now, this is the procedure I was explaining before. When you create an account online, they will tell you to choose two programs. Make sure your first choice program should be at the top and the other program should be below. You will reach a point, the application point, right? You reach a point where they will tell you that, okay, you are going to go to your school, okay, and tell your school to send them your high school qualification, to send them your high school documents. Yeah, the school in which you study, or the board. I call them the board, the general board. Now, for Cameroonians, those who wrote O-levels, A-levels, you have to go to the GCE board. Yes, you have to go to the GCE board and tell the GCE board to send your results. What are they sending? Confirmation of your results. They will send confirmation of your results to this university, to this college. Okay, the GCE board will send confirmation online on the email. When you do the application and reach a certain point, the school will tell you that you should take this email. They will give you an email and tell you to take the email, go to your school and tell your school to send your certificate. Now, you take that email for Cameroonians and go to the GCE board. Tell the GCE board to send confirmation of your O and A levels to that school, to that college, Nova Scotia Community College, right? Yes, that's what you are going to do. Nigerians, I don't know which body is in charge of your WAEC. For Ghanaians, I don't know who is in charge of your WASI. Please do the same, okay? Then that is it. As soon as the GCE board sends to them, relax, because it takes a lot of time for them to actually contact you and update your profile. Yes, they are going to do that, but it's going to take a lot of time. So like I said, relax. It takes about 4 to 5 months to get admissions to this school. So if you want to study in Canada next year, make sure you apply. Now, remember I said it's competitive, and they will treat files like if you apply today and somebody applies tomorrow, do another admission to that school tomorrow, they are not going to consider that person now. they will only look at their own file first before they look at the person behind you. I hope you get. So this is what you need to know. And again, do not forget that Canada is becoming very complicated now. Don't put your eggs in one basket. Okay, if you apply to NSCC, because now NBCC is also open, right? Also try to apply to NBCC. It's also going to be rewarding. This is what I can say, and you should put it into consideration. Now, another thing I want to say is, I'm going to school and I'm trying to cross the road. Another thing I would say is, when you apply to NSCC, make sure that your school sends all your documents. Like I said, the email that they will give you, go to your institution and tell your institution to send your results. Make sure they send it, because they are behaving very funny nowadays. I don't want to go into the details of what happened to somebody, but NSCC is going to be open. Now, if you have a bachelor's degree, HND, make sure you attach, you don't even need them. If you don't mention it in your application, you don't need to send the results. But if you mention it, you have to send it. I hope you understand. If you mention in your application that you have gone to uni, you have to go to your university and tell them to send your university transcript and certificate to that school. But if you don't mention, then it's good to go. You don't need anything like that. So please put all this into consideration. Now, this is the last part. After you've gotten admission, they will ask you to pay a deposit. How much is the deposit you have to pay? The deposit you have to pay, before it used to be $1,000, but right now you have to pay $5,000. This $5,000 is only refundable in case you apply for the visa and it's rejected. If you pay and you don't apply for the visa, you don't get it back. So make sure you make a good decision if you are going to apply or not. And remember, there is a date you have to apply for your visa, and there is a date you have to submit it to your university. If you don't submit it on that date, it is a very big problem. Please put everything I said in this video into consideration. This is my own contribution to those who want to study abroad. To those who want to study in the Netherlands, it is not cheap. So watch my videos well on this channel, then you make decisions on that. I hope this is going to help most of us. We are going to talk again in another one. Bye-bye.